the New York Knicks versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, I want to start off by saying I just simply don't think the Cavs were prepared for what the Knicks were going to be bringing to the table in this series. The Cavs had the best defensive rating in the NBA. They also played at the slowest pace of play. So I think they went into this thinking that their style is so unique and they're also so good at executing it that pretty much whenever they played a team, sure, they might lose, but the teams weren't going to be comfortable in their style. I think they forgot that Tom Thibodeau was the head coach of the New York Knicks, one of the most, if not the most, hard-nosed guys. Like, this is nails and iron that we're talking about. This is Tom Thibodeau. He would play his players 49 minutes a night in a 48-minute game if he could. The Knicks have just been outplaying the Cavs. I know they got blown off the court in game 2, but other than that, it's been all coming up Knicks. Now, the Cavs are getting killed in part because their guys in the corner, their shooters, are not making threes when they need to. Again, a lot of this series is spending time in the half court, and Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, even though they're sort of small for their positions, not sort of small, they are small for their positions, they're able to attract a lot of attention because of the diverse skill set they have and also because they both can collapse the paint very well. So they're kicking it out to these guys, but they're not making the shots. Karis LeVert, 31% from 3 in this series. Isaac Okoro, 20% from 3 in this series. Cedi Osman, 25% from 3 in the series. It's just not good enough. And I'm not saying these guys need to turn into Robert Horry or Ray Allen or Ron Artest, guys that made a living off of hitting clutch threes in the playoffs. But you've got to be shooting 36, 38% from the three-point line. That's just what it's got to be. When you're wide open, where the points are at a premium because there's so much fewer possessions, you've got to hit your shots. Now, one person who has been hitting his shots, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is making his $25 million a year contract look absolutely silly. Again, this series is being played at such a slow tempo that the numbers that he has posted are actually a lot better than they look like. But with that being said, he's giving you 24, 5 and 4 a night, shooting 47%, and he's excuse me. He's doing it against a defense that isn't going beyond the pale, but they're throwing all the tricks in the bag that they have in him. They're sticking 6'7", 6'8" wings on him with 7-foot wingspans. They're playing physical. They're knocking him to the floor. He's only 6 feet tall in a pair of basketball sneakers. He's not somebody who should be able to hold up against this type of physicality in the playoffs. Brunson has embodied that Knicks spirit, going back to the Ewings and the Oakleys and combining it with the modernism of the Thibodeau. And he's in a boxing match every time he goes out there. Like, he's pulling and giving up punches, and he's coming out on top. He's been the best player in this series by a mile. Donovan Mitchell, you can rank him where you want, but when he's at his peak, Donovan Mitchell is freaking unbelievable, and he's one of the best playoff performers in NBA history. I don't care that he's never been to an NBA Finals. That's just byproduct of the teams that he's been on. Look at his numbers. They're off the charts good, and Jalen Brunson's been better than him. Jalen Brunson is also covering / saving the ass of Julius Randle. Randle is averaging 14.8 points and 7 rebounds in this series. If he was the best player like he has been in New York for the past few years, they would not be up 3-1 right now. No, sir. I mean, if Randle was giving you 25 and 10 like he was in the regular season, this thing would be a wrap. It would have been a sweep. So a huge credit to Brunson. Got to give him credit where credit is due. It was a savvy move by the Knicks to get him over there. Brunson has just been so underrated ever since he got to the NBA. Think about it. He won National Player of the Year in college. And he was a national champion. He only gets drafted in the 2nd round. Then he spends most of his days as a backup in Dallas. Now he's finally been given the chance to shine, and shine is exactly what he's done. I love watching him, and I love watching the Knicks. It's just a match made in heaven. And they've given the platform to shine, and he's returned the favor. So my pick for this game, with all of that being said, my pick for this game is the Cavs at -5.5. I know. Look, it might not make sense. The Knicks, they can go cold on offense. RJ Barrett just had a great game, which means I think he's probably not going to have the best game in the next one. Donovan Mitchell, like I was saying, he has one of the top 10 points per game in the playoffs. This is an elimination game. He's down 3-1. Donovan Mitchell, to his credit, was the driving force in a 3-1 comeback in the bubble against the Denver Nuggets. It was a series where Jamal Murray had 50 points. Mitchell had over 50 points twice. Like, he's done it before. Now, I don't think they're going to come back to win this series, but got them winning this game, and I think the series is going to end in New York, which is a little ironic because the Knicks strangely are better on the road than they are at home, but I think that's how it's going to play out.